Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laura Painter. We start tonight with a major break in a case out of Placer County and a step toward justice for a family that waited years for answers. The sheriff's office just announced an arrest in the decades-old kidnapping and murder of Cindy Wanner. ABC 10's Nazi Javid joins us live with the latest tonight. Nazi.
Yeah, this is a big case here in Placer County. Cindy Wanner was just at her sister's house in Granite Bay. She was there to clean. She had brought her 11-month-old there and put the baby in a high chair, gave the baby some Cheerios. And when the husband arrived, the baby was still in that high chair and Cindy was nowhere to be found, vanished without a trace. And now, several decades later, investigators have come up on a lead in the case and they believe they have the man responsible now arrested.
The murder of a mother, her 11-month-old baby left crying in a high chair.
In 1991, Cindy Wanner vanishes from a home in Granite Bay, her baby left alone inside.
Cindy Wanner was a married woman with 2 young children. She was kidnapped in the middle of the day. She just disappeared from the face of the earth.
The Placer County District Attorney recalls the moment he found out.
This was a very emotional one for me. I remembered this from the day it happened. This was one that everyone talked about.
Weeks later, her body was found in a remote area near Forest Hill. Now, over 3 decades later, new DNA technology has given investigators a break in the case. They've identified a suspect, James Lawhead Jr.
There's been a lot of conversations since we got a DNA match on whether Mr. Lawhead was even alive. In custody within maybe 8 hours of identifying him was very fulfilling.
But officials say Lawhead was only free after serving just 11 of his 19-year sentence for a prior sex crime, then released on parole.
He broke into a home and beat a 71-year-old grandmother nearly to death, stating he thought he killed her. He then subsequently raped and sodomized the 11-year-old granddaughter.
The sheriff says he then killed Wanner within a year of his release, leading to broader questions about the justice system for violent sex offenders.
What would you say in the system failed to allow this guy to be released and then commit this heinous crime?
I don't want to become overly political. I'll just say that I think the justice system here in California is broken.
Our state policymakers need to recognize that there is something very different about sex offenders.
This is one of the most heinous, notorious cold cases we have here in Placer County.
This family has suffered in anguish for 35 years, and they deserve some accountability.
The family finally getting some answers now, and it's important to note there was an anonymous donor that put funding into this so that they could get all of this DNA testing and come up with this lead. They did not want to be named, but meanwhile, we do know that that killing was a strangulation, and that suspect is now expected to be returned here to Placer County, where he will face murder, rape, and kidnapping charges. He was tracked down in Arizona at a house owned by his sister, and his sister was also arrested, suspected of aiding him in hiding from police. So we'll be following this case closely. And for now, live in Auburn, Nazi Javid, ABC 10.
Yeah, Nazi, such disturbing new details you're bringing forward for us. We do want to point out investigators say the case is still active as detectives work to track the suspect's movements over the past 2 decades to determine whether there could be additional victims. Nazi, I know you'll be tracking this closely for us. Keep us posted as you learn more. Thank you.